Hey guys. Okay, so we are going to do our grammar lesson for Thursday, April 2nd. Sorry I missed the grammar lesson yesterday, but it looks like those who have sent it to me are on the right track. You're doing good. So, yesterday we looked at direct quotations. So a direct quotation is when we use the speaker's exact words. So we are saying exactly what someone else said, and in that case, we use quotation marks. Okay, so that's what we talked about yesterday. Today we're going to talk about indirect quotations. So before I do that, I'm going to do a quick tell you what you need to be doing this weekend. Okay, so after you finish your grammar today, you need to continue to read. And then you still have your newspaper article and research over the potato famine. Those need to be done by next Tuesday, because you will get your next reading assignment and your next writing assignment then. So, okay, so that's what you need to be doing this weekend. Right now, we are going to be on, let's say, 346, page 346, and this is lesson 78. So first, I'm going to hold up a board. If you want to take notes, you can take notes. It's okay if you don't. This just helps me. You're able to see what I'm saying and then hear it also. Okay? All right. So a direct quotation repeats the exact words of a speaker or writer. An indirect quotation tells what a speaker said without repeating his exact words. When we take a direct quotation and it's changed to an indirect quotation, the quotation marks are removed and the word that may be added, and some pronouns and verb forms may change. Okay? So a direct quotation always has quotation marks. When we switch to an indirect quotation, the quotation marks go away, and you will usually see the word that, and some pronouns and verb forms may change. Okay? All right. So we're going to look at a couple sentences and just let you see the difference between a direct quotation and an indirect quotation. So I've got another board. So we're going to look at this. So my first sentence says, "I have filled all the boxes Amos announced." So this is a direct quotation because it is telling us exactly what Amos said. It is telling us his words. Now I can change that to an indirect quotation. Remember, when I change it to an indirect quotation, I no longer need the quotation marks. And the way I would change it is by saying, Amos announced that he had filled all the boxes. So remember when I told you that indirect quotations will often use the word that? Okay, here's an example. So we're telling who said it, but in this case it's indirect because we're just telling, hey, he announced that he had filled all the boxes. Okay, so now if you have your book and you are on page 346, we are going to look at a few more examples before I give you your assignment for the day. This lesson's going to be pretty short, thank goodness. So page 346 is where I'm at. I'm under class practice and I'm on number 3. Okay? All right, so number 3 under class practice A says Amos carried the boxes to the van. Okay, that's not a quotation or an indirect quotation. That's just a statement. Remember, statements are also known as declarative. Number 4. At breakfast, Donna said that today is the shortest day of the year. Would that be direct or indirect? At breakfast, Donna said that today is the shortest day of the year. It would be indirect. 1, we use the word that, and those are not Donna's exact words. We are just telling Donna said this, okay? Number 5. Barbara said that the thermometer showed 20 degrees. Once again, is it direct or indirect? If you read it really closely, you'll see that word that again. Barbara said that the thermometer showed 20 degrees. Now, if I said the thermometer shows 20 degrees, Barbara said, in that case, it would be a direct quotation. But the way they have worded it, Barbara said that the thermometer showed 20 degrees, this would be an indirect quotation. All right, and the very last one, number 6. I just gave you that example. The thermometer shows 20 degrees, said Barbara. Okay, direct quotation. Those are Barbara's exact words. Okay, part B, I'm going to go over because in your work today you are going to do some of this. It wants you to take the direct quotations and then change them to an indirect quotation. So remember, direct quotations have quotation marks. Indirect quotations do not need quotation marks. And we see the word that many times when we have an indirect quotation. Jonathan said, "It is 12 o'clock already?" Okay, that is a direct quotation. Now, how could I change that to be indirect? What could I say? Jonathan said that it was 12 o'clock already. Okay, so do you see how I changed a direct quotation with quotation marks to an indirect quotation? I took the exact words, my direct quotation, and then I changed just the way that I said it, changed some of the pronouns. I used the word that, and it is now an indirect quotation. Number 2, I should make pies today, said Roseanne. Okay, so that's a direct quotation. How can I change that to be an indirect quotation? Roseanne said that she should make pies today. Okay, so do you see? All we did was we just switched it around, okay? We used the word that, and we changed some of the pronouns. Instead of saying, I should make pies today, now we've changed our pronoun. Roseanne said she should make pies today. All right, look over on page 347, part C. Now they've given us indirect quotations, and they want us to switch it to a direct quotation, okay? Lloyd said that he was sure it would be very useful. So that's an indirect quotation, and they want us to change it to direct. So they want it to be Lloyd's exact words. Lloyd said, I am sure it will be very useful. Okay, we took away the that, we changed the pronouns to where Lloyd is now talking about himself. These are his exact words. Number 2, Mervyn asked them if they could stay for supper. Okay, we're changing an indirect quotation to a direct quotation. Mervyn asked, can you stay for supper? Okay, so this lesson isn't real difficult. We just need to remember that a direct quotation is the speaker's exact words. It's exactly what they're saying when we use our quotation marks. Indirect quotations, we no longer need quotation marks. Our pronouns change, and many times we use the word that, okay? All right, so for your homework or schoolwork, you are going to do page 347, written exercise, 1 through 8 for A, B, 1 and 2, and C, 1 and 2, okay? All right, so on part A, you are not writing the sentence. You are only telling me, is it a direct quotation? Does it need quotation marks? Or is it indirect? Okay, so that's part A. Part B, they have given you an indirect quotation and they want you to change the sentence to a direct quotation. Part C is just the opposite. They have given you a direct quotation and they want you to change it to an indirect quotation. Okay, so this is your homework. Get that done, and you should be keeping all your grammar in that spiral together. Just keep doing it like that, and we'll work on a way to get this stuff turned in. I hope y'all are doing great. I miss y'all. It's Thursday, we have the weekend. Do not forget to work on reading and your newspaper article, okay? All right, y'all have a great day.